Welcome to monthly Extreme Demon number 5. For February, I was meant to do an unnamed second hardest, but I didn't think I had enough time, so being the KrmaL glazer that I am, I decided to turn to this instead. I went for this 2.0 classic as a new hardest after Cataclysm, but I just could not stand it. I ended up getting 94% on this before dropping it, so I've played a lot of it before it became easy for me, and it can get very annoying to play. This is the kind of thing you would put Subway Surfers on the side of the screen for, so I do recommend this only if you have the patience.
Oh, how's it going, mate?
Welcome to falling up, which is when you fall down like an Aussie, cause everything's fucking upside down. Let me start off by stating that this level is unbalanced as f. For anyone who's never played, this is what the difficulty looks like.
What the f?
Falling Up is not an ordinary level by any means. It is over 2 minutes long, only ever uses 3 game modes, and I would say mentally speaking this is harder than Bloodbath. The fact that it takes 40 seconds to get up to the first hard part only to die at this over and over again made me want to and yet somehow the community gaslit themselves into thinking this was an insane demon for several years. The first part is, funnily enough, a sunset, and is made up of only blue orbs and triple spikes which move to the song. Then you fall up into the city with the most annoying orb timings in an easy extreme, but it actually got very easy later on. I can't say the same for others though. Now everything around you is slowly crumbling down and the gameplay is just a few hold clicks that are somewhat cool to do. These sections haven't aged very well, but they have like a charm to them, and I guess you could say that about the whole level too. This black void part is pretty much a cutscene and throws you right into the first drop, which is basically 3 ship choke points in a row and a wave. The arrow pattern in the background moving up and down is like something from a modern level, and it looks kinda cool. The structures also change colors sometimes, so it's not just all dark blue. And now you're in a black void for like 15% of the whole level, and you can't see, which means you have to do the most terrifying sync-based clicks while you have nerves. And I messed them up a lot more than I should have. Anyways, there's another build-up that needs you to spam, but I just used 2 keys. What I like about this is that it makes the next part feel like it's really high up. I like to point out with my fox boy senses, I like this coin that you can get by just buffering a barely visible pink orb. Now time for some more ship choke points, except these ones are more consistent for some reason. Just kidding, here's the most annoying ship orb I've ever seen, which carries the difficulty of the entire second drop. I like how the structures and effects are the same as the first drop, but everything is rainy and cloudy now, and it's really intense. Also, this string of orbs is really fun to hit for some reason. Get ready for absolute cinema, because the sun finally comes out at the climax of the song, and after 2 straight minutes of uncreative and simple gameplay, KrmaL decides to throw the wackiest asymmetrical duel ever created for 2016 standards, that is, and it is hard, but it's not as complicated or inconsistent as it looks. For example, there's a quadrillion orbs here that you're meant to hit, but that's what the liberals want you to think. You can literally just hit this one and it works perfectly fine. The ship is also notoriously hard, but I find it easier if you do 2 clicks like this. And just like the gameplay, the decoration is also extremely different to the first 80%. I love how the entire level stays somewhat or very gloomy the whole way through, and at peak intensity it becomes the opposite. While the rainbows are used for block design is a very questionable choice, I actually don't mind it too much. They should just be less contrasted like the ones in the background. I also think it would be cool if there were bigger mist clouds in the foreground, so it looks like you're really in the thick of it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's still one thing in this duel left to talk about though.
Let's go gambling!
I have never came across a buggy gameplay part before with genuinely no idea how to avoid it, and it is at the final 5% of the level. Sometimes this cube will just fall into the spikes, which probably has to do with the wave entering this portal, but nothing I tried really worked. And not only that, but occasionally the cube will hit the ground and die on the last click of the duel. This issue made my enjoyment drop from like a 7 to a 4, so prepare yourself for this to happen. Putting the last bit aside, the duel is absolutely my favorite part of this level, which I think is an unpopular opinion, but I find it really fun, and from what I remember, it was interesting to sort of figure out how everything worked. Generally, falling up is pretty good. Better than I remember it being, but it still has no competition to Black Blizzard in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this level has lore or something, I don't know, but Since it changes themes a lot, I believe it's trying to tell a story using the song. A lot of things are animated based off of song elements, but what I like about it is that most of these things are little details I didn't notice at first. For example, there are god rays in the dual part that clear the clouds, which always appear on a specific note, and I didn't know this until I created the thumbnail for the completion. Falling up certainly has its flaws, but I think regardless, it's pretty good.
Oh, I'm gonna molest him. I'm gonna molest Leslie.
Oh, I love gambling! Gambling, gambling, gambling! I will touch you. You're unemployed. Okay. They call me Gojo cause I died, bitch! What the hell? I'm proud.
What's happening?
I said, what the hell?
What the
Oh,
hell?
dang it!
The Snapchat call.
What the heck? This should be where I beat it, but I actually had to rebeat it because of a certain software having recording problems. This happens to everyone and made me very mad, but it shouldn't happen again.
On this computer.
You'll do one falling up attempt.
Beat it in one attempt. Because
I got
you know anyone
32
did my deck?
last time. Oh, I fell. I literally died by falling up.
Oh.
What the hell? What the fuck?
You guys try and get this.
Lose some weight, man! Oh my god!
Oh,
Probably.
what? Make it. What happened to the 3-second rule?
Oh, guts!
I repeat it, let's fucking go! Whoa!
Go.
What the hell?
I said, what the hell?